Bada bing, bada boom. We are back in business. How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome back to the greatest show on the internet. As you guys know, nobody does it like me, the one and only Jake the Awake, here on a Saturday night. I see we already got a nice crowd building up. That's what I like to see. All right, let me say hello to everybody. We're going to get this party started. We'll start it off with the green tonight. We'll go green, if you know what I mean. All right, starting off green. All right. Jana's here. She says, welcome to the greatest comedy show in the history of YouTube. Well, I don't know if it's going to be the best one I ever did, but I'm going to give it a try. We'll see what happens. I make this shit up on the fly. I totally come in here with like an idea or two, and then I just wing it and see whatever happens. See what happens. A lot of times you guys are the ones who come up with comedic material for me to perform. So hopefully you guys are ready to get this party started tonight. Rose Bell's here, another one of my beautiful mods. She says, don't forget to hit the thumbs up while you're waiting. I guess that was posted before I started the stream. Speaking of things that happened before I started the stream, I got a super chat before we even kicked off the party. So let me go ahead and read the super chat. Hopefully Mike 6 is still here watching. This was, I don't know, 10 minutes, 15 minutes before we kicked off the show. This super chat came in. And he says, birds of a feather shill together. Do an impression of Richard Pryor or sing a Too Short song. Richard Pryor or a Too Short song. Let's go riding, sliding, whipping and dipping. You know it's my car, bitch. You ain't tripping, it's your favorite color. On a lovely day, you let me reach right over and rub on your leg. I'm saying all kinds of shit to make you smile. Put your seatbelt on, cause I'll be driving wild. You think I'm like them other N-words and just wanna fuck, but I like to make money and get my dick sucked. I ain't your average everyday little hoe N-word. I can see through your bitch. You's a gold digger telling me stories about the richest men, but I'm too short, baby. The bitch is pimp. I came a long way from broke and I'm a certified player. I get what I want, so let me holler at you later. If you ain't got game, you might think I'm a trick. Don't play yourself, girl, you won't get no dick. So we could get busy, let me tap that ass. Play with them titties while I slap that ass. Slam your face in the pillows, arching your back. I got you loving this dick like it's made of crack cocaine. And you know that costs. You can't fuck for free. You got to pay the boss. $100 bills, bitch. I'll break your ass and won't feel shit. Pimping, pimping. That's my game. I got it from the old where it always rains. Yeah. Right? I might even know part of another Too Short song. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Remember getting it. Getting while the getting is good. Getting while you can, you should be getting it. Getting while the getting is good. You see, I got all my game from the streets of California. Young millionaire with no high school diploma. Living real good, taking care of my folks. Roll up a fat one for the players to smoke. Short dogs in the house. I know you ain't tripping, cause life is too short. You gotta get in where you fit and stop looking. Cause what you never seem to find, it ain't what you think. You gotta read between the lines. Cause life ain't long for a young black man trying to make money, doing all he can, selling dope. Don't you hope he would go to class? But the boy makes money and he makes it fast, with the 20s on top and the 50s on bottom. About the top notches, oh yes, we got them. It's been a long time since I first got down and I still keep making these funky sounds. All right, there you go. You just so happen to pick a rapper from back when I used to like rap, and I can still remember some of them rhymes. There you go. Starting us off with the super chat tonight, asking for either Richard Pryor or Too Short. And I came with Too Short. Bet you guys weren't expecting that. I wasn't expecting it. So I don't know how the hell you could. All right. I see we got 82 thumbs up on my end. You know what would be really awesome tonight? If we come right out of the gate with 100 thumbs up. I know you guys can hook a brother up with a thumbs up right out of the gate. Let's get me up to 100 thumbs up. And I see I got another super chat that just came in. It says, you can do it. We can. We collectively can get me up to 100 thumbs up to start the stream. I think that would be a really good idea for us to do that. All right. Who's the guy who just sent that super chat? It's Suffocation Vacation. That's a cool name. That would be a cool name for a band. He says, you can do it. We can do it, y'all. We can do it. All right. You guys ready? Starting off strong. Jared the Ross says, aloha, Jake. He says, aloha. That must mean he lives in Hawaii. Let me guess, bro. You totally live in Hawaii. More specifically, Maui. It's a total guess. I wonder if I'm right. I mean, he says aloha. There's no other reason unless he's in Hawaii right now. Rose Bill says, representing our brother Jake. Yeah, I'm one of those lame-ass whiteys, right? Total cracker-ass cracker. But when I was a teenager, like 12, 13, 14, I loved the West Coast rap, like Tupac and Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube and Too Short. So during that era, back in the mid-90s, I was a rap fan. And did you guys know, I just heard recently that rap is basically dying out as a popular form of music. And in the top 40, apparently, this is just what I heard, that rap, there's no rap in the top 40 right now for like the first time in 30 years or whatever. There's no rap music in the top 40. That's what I've been told, right? I don't really keep track of the top 40, but it came through the YouTube feed on a few different videos that rap culture's dying out. It's like, interesting. So it was just a fad, huh? Apparently, even black folks don't want to listen to that shit anymore. And of course, I listen to old-ass classic rock and roll and old-ass metal because I'm a cracker-ass whitey. So, you know, I listen to music being made by old guys who are like old enough to be like my dad or my dead grandpa. I listen to music made by guys who are old enough to be dead. All right. So, I guess we could get this party started by watching some video clips about the government starting to come clean about UFOs. They want you to think that the government's finally about ready to come clean about UFOs, right? So I'm seeing an uptick in UFO talk, UFO propaganda, UFO videos. Even now, the mainstream media putting out videos about the government covering up UFO evidence as if they're the ones trying to uncover the truth about these unidentified flying objects. They're also calling them UAPs. So now it's UFOs and UAPs. So we're going to talk about some of the recent propaganda, because they're putting resources into pushing UFO propaganda recently. So it has me wondering, are they actually going to try the scripted alien attack? They are starting to lay some, what seems to be groundwork that possibly could be the beginnings of their staged alien attack. Maybe. I'm going to show you guys what they're pumping out. We'll all break it down together as a team. How does that sound? Brian Tucker said, fake alien Hunger Games. Instrumental Artistry said, Trump is blowing Bubba, so now UFOs are coming. Laugh my ass off. All right. So we'll get started with a couple different mainstream news propaganda pieces, and then we'll make our way to some more batshit crazy shit. It's going to be a fun night. Strap in, everybody. One second. I'll locate my video. Here it is. All right.
Tonight, we get a first look at a new documentary on UAPs and what government officials may know about top secret programs on the subject. It features testimony from 34 high-ranking government officials. My colleague Brett Baer speaks with the director and producer of The Age of Disclosure.
We've had repeated instances of something operating in the airspace over restricted nuclear facilities, and it's not ours.
They have both deactivated and activated nuclear weapons with both the United States and Russia.
These are otherworldly things that are performing maneuvers that haven't been seen.
The UAP activity surrounding nuclear weapons is not a historic issue. It's an ongoing issue.
All right, so right there, to me, this is where shit seems like they could be possibly laying groundwork for a UFO attack when they say that these UAPs or UFOs are being seen around nuclear facilities. Then they can have some issue go down with a nuclear facility, right? In a staged attack, let's say, and then they can blame the aliens, right? So if they were to, let's say, blow up a nuclear facility, and then they can say it was the aliens. So the fact that they're talking about these sightings around nuclear sites, then they can mix in some sort of nuke attack by these otherworldly beings. So this is just possible groundwork. I can't say for sure that that's what they're setting up here, but this is mainstream news here. Fox News, right? A lot of right-wingers are watching this shit.
And it's not ours.
They have both deactivated and activated nuclear weapons with both the United States and Russia.
These are otherworldly things that are performing maneuvers that haven't been seen.
The UAP activity surrounding nuclear weapons is not a historic issue. It's an ongoing issue.
Well, joining us now to talk about his new film, The Age of Disclosure, is director and producer Dan Farah. He says the documentary reveals an 80-year cover-up of non-human intelligent life and a secret.
And of course, whenever they're talking about this stuff, non-human life, and then they show these graphics on the screen. Check out the graphics we got here. Like, oh, yes, there it is right there. That's definitely non-human spacecraft. Right? Look at what they show us. What? So when you turn the sound off and you just analyze like what we're being shown, I mean, black spot on the screen looks like it's shooting some bubbles, some Atari level graphics. This is what they get away with showing the public, millions of people.
War among major nations to reverse engineer advanced technology of non-human origin. The film will be released in select theaters in New York, Washington, and Los Angeles on November 21st. Also available worldwide to purchase.
Again, with the video game graphics. Right? We're going to mix in a shot of some airplanes. Right? That's a stock photo. And we'll give them the grainy fucking video game footage. Then we'll give them a stock photo of New York City. Look at the way it's edited together. So fucking deceptive. What they're talking about is a big deal, right? The government covering up UFOs, and this is the age of disclosure. Like they're finally going to come out and tell us what's going on with these UFOs. It's like that's a big deal, right? Aliens from another world in association with nuclear weapons. And they show this. Yeah. See, like this one.
New York, Washington, and Los Angeles on November 21st. Also available worldwide to purchase and rent on Prime Video. Dan, thanks for being here.
And then the quick ball Earth, right? So if you think about it from an editing standpoint, it's like, okay, here's the video game footage. We'll slip them a couple seconds of that. All right, now let's give them the Washington, D.C. shots, and then the New York City shots. Now we'll give them the ball Earth shot. Fade it right back into the dudes talking on the news, right? Nobody's seen the Earth as a ball. That shot right there. Boom. Nobody's seen that. I can't stress that enough. You have never seen with your own eyes that perspective of the Earth. And you never will, because it doesn't exist. But here they are, still shoving that propaganda in your face that that's where you live. That's still one of the biggest conspiracies in the world, right? We had the flat Earth movement come and go. The government rolled out their version of the flat Earth and then they squashed it. But the question is still out there. What is this place, man? Because it ain't that. And that's still what they're showing us. So when they talk about aliens and alien life, it's always attached back to this reality that they created in our minds, which doesn't exist. So the whole premise of aliens coming to visit and them possibly attacking the Earth, and it's a premise built around a fake outer space model where the Earth is a ball spinning in outer space. So you never get to see this perspective of the Earth. You're never in a spacesuit looking at the Earth like that. Right? And who gets to wear a spacesuit and take a look at the Earth like that? Who gets to do that? People who are tied back to the government or work just straight up directly for the government, right? You got to get government clearance to send a rocket up and go to space. So even if it's not NASA going to space, well, then it's other entities that work alongside of NASA, like SpaceX. Yeah, SpaceX and NASA work hand in hand. They get government clearance. So it's the same shit. NASA's the government. SpaceX is the government. What's the other one? The Jeff Bezos one. Jeff Bezos penis head rockets. That's the same thing. It's the government, right? And as we know, the Jeff Bezos penis head rockets, they don't even go to space to where the actors see the Earth like this. They just supposedly go up in the air and then come right back down. But as I've shown, those are fake too. So they go as far as faking these missions with these celebrity actors who don't even try and go up this far, right? So the only ones who get to go up this far and actually see the Earth as a ball are all tied back to the government. So there are no non-government people who get to see the Earth like that. All right, let's continue. with the sound on.
For years, and you say this is going to be a groundbreaking documentary.
Yeah. I interviewed 34 extremely high-level military, government intelligence officials who all have direct knowledge of this issue. Much of what they know is classified, but in this film, they break their silence on what they can lawfully disclose.
I mean, there's a lot of skepticism, as you know. There's a lot of stigmatism about this issue. But as you're talking to all of these people and you're building these blocks for this movie, you get to the point where it's not a matter of if it's happening or if it's real?
Yeah. So every single person I interviewed made it very clear that it was no longer a question of whether this was a real situation. It's a very real situation.
Humanity is not the only intelligence in the universe.
Humanity is not the only intelligent species.
We are absolutely not alone.
Non-human intelligence exists.
UAPs are real, they're here, and they're not human.
Yeah, that's quite a bit of propaganda being pushed on the mainstream news. They're here. It's not even a question. There is other intelligent beings in the universe besides humanity, and the UAPs are here. They're queer. Get used to it.
Intelligence exists.
UAPs are real, they're here, and they're not human.
The questions now are, who's controlling these UAP? Where do they come from? And what is their intention?
Yeah. You know, these guys are experts, but they don't know where these UAPs come from or what their intentions are. So they leave you to speculate. I wonder if they come from Nibiru, right? And they want to mine our precious minerals and enslave us, right? Maybe they want to blow up the White House, like in that movie, right? So you guys, like when I was a kid, we had Independence Day. So you guys probably went out and watched plenty of movies when you were younger about aliens battling humans in one way or another, right? The movie Alien, and then Aliens, and then Alien 3 and 4 and 5 and 6, and however many of those alien movies they made, right? So when I was a kid, Independence Day was the one that sticks out. It was like a blockbuster that came out, and every kid went to go see that movie, it seemed like, and a lot of people bought it on VHS and DVD. So that was one of those movies that it was like E.T. was like the alien movie of the 80s, and in the 90s, like Independence Day was like the alien movie of the 90s. So I remember being brainwashed thoroughly by the Hollywood movies that came out about humans fighting aliens and humans meeting the aliens and becoming friends. So they did both. They had movies that like tugged at your heartstrings, you know, like E.T. was like the cute alien that the kids wanted to be friends with. And then they would get children to hope that aliens like E.T. would show up and get them to think about there being nice, friendly aliens that are out there that might maybe one day show up. Kreger just became a member. He said, "Did I win a month, Jake? I love you, man." And Ralph. Well, this says that you are a member for a month, so that's great. Thank you for becoming a member, Kreger. Glad to see it. You guys can become a member for $2 a month. It's the cheapest membership that I could think to do. All right.
This sounds, I mean, it's hard for everybody to digest. And an 80-year cover-up with a country that keeps it deep and dark, and it hasn't gotten out. That's the tough part for people to buy into.
Yeah, so a number of the officials in my film make it clear that a long time ago, this topic was moved away from congressional oversight and even away from the oversight of the President of the United States. And there are certain elements within our government and within defense contractors that have really been gatekeeping the knowledge about this topic.
Very slick. So this topic was being swept under the rug. It was being kept away from even the president. But now we're totally going to dig into this, and we're going to tell you everything that we know about it. We're going to blow the lid off this. And we don't know what these UAP's intentions are or what they're planning to do. But no question, they are here. For sure. No questioning it. No arguing. The UAPs are here. See, that's the rhetoric. Yazard Doinkasaurus. Yazard Doinkasaurus. Wow. Amazing YouTube handle, bro. Props to you for coming up with that. Says, I had an ET doll when I was a kid. Yeah, in the late 80s, ET was like, they showed it in school, right? It was part of public school programming, right? We watched a VHS copy of ET, and most of us had already seen ET. So it's like we watched ET, and then we watched it again in school, right? Funny how a movie about an alien coming to visit is like shown in public school back then. Part of our programming, right? So they've been laying the foundation. What I'm getting at is they've been laying the foundation for aliens and humans meeting, and aliens attacking humans, aliens befriending humans. They've been laying that foundation through Hollywood movies for a long time. And I know Hollywood ain't shit anymore, but back in the day when lots of people went to watch the movies, it was like tens of millions of people were brainwashed by this stuff. And so a lot of us, we grew up with these movies that depicted fighting aliens and making friends with aliens. So it still is a reality to a lot of people that there's aliens out there. And so a lot of people could be foolish enough to fall for a staged alien attack. If the government was to stage an alien attack, there are people that are dumb enough to fall for it. All they would really need, if you think about it, is a way to put some sort of craft, either project a craft or actually have a craft over like a major city for hundreds of thousands of people to see. If they could get a good couple 100,000 people in a major city to see the same massive craft, whether it's a projection or a real craft, like they might have a big ass flying saucer they could stick over a city for a night or two and create that Independence Day scenario where a craft just sits over the top of a city. If they did something like that, they could convince a lot of damn people that UFOs are real if they spun it right. It would be a very brazen thing to do, to script and stage a UFO attack or some sort of alien encounter with a UFO, right? That lots of people see. If they were to make it like an event that happens, let's say, to where it's not like a conspiracy theory and they report it on the news everywhere worldwide that there was this massive craft for sure and hundreds of thousands of people saw it, right? So all they would need to do is figure out a way to get some sort of craft for a bunch of people to see, right? And of course, there's all sorts of speculation we could go into about how they would do that, hologram technology, Project Bluebeam, yada, yada. But before we go on, Kreger sends a donation. He said, "This a-hole is all serious. Freaking liar. Nothing gets in and out of the dome. And Jake, I was already a member." Well, for whatever reason, it came across my screen that you're a member for a month, and it was highlighted. So I clicked on it and read it, bro. So I have no idea. Maybe your membership renewed or something. Anyway, thank you for this super chat, though. And yeah, these guys right now, they're pushing this propaganda that for sure there are UFOs of otherworldly origin, and they don't know where they come from or what they're planning to do while they're here. And so they're laying down this groundwork. And so I'm wondering, like, okay, are they going to build to something? Are they actually going to try and pull off the staged alien attack? It seems like it would be too brazen. Like, I know people are stupid. There's a lot of really stupid people out there, a lot of dumb sheep. And so I wonder, like, are they really going to fall for a fake alien invasion, fake alien attack, fake alien encounter of some sort? I think a lot of people would, right? So if they get enough people to fall for it, then I guess they could pull it off. So, beings there's an uptick in UFO talk lately, and not just by the mainstream news, but also by some of their puppets on the world stage, like Joe Rogan, for instance. He was recently talking with the leading expert, Avi Loeb, who is the leading expert on the 3-1 Atlas, which is supposedly like this object that keeps getting closer to Earth and is doing things out of the ordinary. So we're going to move on to that next. But so between the 3-eye Atlas talk and them talking about UFOs more and more, to me it just seems like there's some sort of groundwork being laid here for them to maybe do a staged alien encounter of some kind, right? It might be as simple as them blowing up a nuclear facility or something and then being like, oh, aliens did it, right? And now we got to lock everybody down within a 500-mile radius because of environmental conditions, right? So they could create some sort of scenario where aliens attack means you have to stay home and lock down. You got to remember, a lot of us never would have thought that they could pull off a staged pandemic, but they did. A lot of people, if you would have told them in 2018-19 that there was going to be this pandemic that was going to get everybody to lock down inside their house and a lot of people's businesses were going to fail, you probably wouldn't have even believed that that would be possible to pull off. That might be too brazen, too grandiose, right? But they did. They pulled it off. And you know what? Not everybody bought into the pandemic, the 2020 shit, but there are people who have been forever affected by it and forever mind fucked. I see people still wearing masks, right? So even at the supermarket, not a lot of people, I'll still see people at the supermarket wearing a face mask, right? Sometimes coming out of the gas station or wherever, they got the face mask on. So there's still people who've been mind fucked enough to think that they need a face mask. Kreger said, oh wait, I already read that one. That was a different super chat that just came in. So I don't know if it'll be 2026 that they would try and pull it off or 2027. So I couldn't tell you a time frame of when, but I am seeing an uptick in UFO propaganda. So that's why I thought I would cover it. And I'm going to tie it into a few other things tonight, like the Illuminati card game, of course. Kreger says they will arrive on Starship Intercourse. Starship Intercourse. Good one. It looks like I missed one just before that. I'm going to try my best to stay on top of super chats and read them quickly so that I don't accidentally miss any super chats. So if you send one, I'm going to do my best tonight to jump on it pretty quickly and read them. Jakey U2404 says, what are your thoughts on Trump apparently blowing Bill Clinton? Well, I got to tell you, it's a very special club, all right? And one of the reasons why YMCA is my favorite song is because we like to go down to the YMCA. We like to have ourselves a good time. Quite frankly, we like to blow each other in the men's locker room at the YMCA. It's a hell of a time. There's a lot of young men there. You can have a good meal. You can do what the fuck you feel. Young men, there's no need to be down. I said, young man, get yourself off the ground and let's go there to the YMCA because it makes me feel so happy. Ooh, yes, it does. Yes, it's fun at staying at the YMCA. It's really freaking gay at YMCA. Yay. I'm meeting Bill Clinton there. It's a hella good time. Quite frankly, I like how I feel. All right. Sorry. Haven't done that song in a while. So I thought I'd dust it off. There you go. Yes, the gayest song ever. Hey, it's Trump's song. It's not my song. Don't look at me.
Contractors that have really been gatekeeping the knowledge about this topic.
And there are people in this film who are respected in their fields who say they have seen these craft and have seen the recovered non-human bodies.
Whoa! There are people who are respected in their craft that have seen non-human bodies. Really? I think that's called fucking hearsay, Mr. fucking no wrinkles mask face man. Look at this guy's face. Looks like he's wearing a fucking rubber mask or something, or he's got like a goddamn AI CGI face. Dude looks like he's 60, but like doesn't have any wrinkles. It's like they are running his face through like a fucking filter to make him look like he's got no sweat pores, right? It's like, dude, it doesn't even look like you're wearing makeup. It looks like you have like a fucking rubber face, bro. Anyway.
Who are respected in their fields.
Right here.
About this topic.
And there are people in this film who are respected in their fields.
People in this film that are respected in their fields.
Who say they have seen.
Who say they have seen.
These craft.
And
have seen the recovered non-human bodies.
And have seen the recovered non-human bodies. A non-human body. Seems to me you could call a dummy a non-human body, right? You could have a dummy that looks like a human, right? It's a non-human dummy or a non-human body, right? It's a replica of a human's body, but it's not human, right? So if you listen to the verbiage, it's very deceptive. There's people who you don't know and who you've never met, who are respected in their field because that can't be made up. And they say that they've seen non-human bodies. Wow. Right? So you got to love the language that they use to dupe the public, right? Because not everybody is as smart and sharp as yours truly, who's going to fucking stop it and back it up and play it again and break it down word for word. Like, what are they trying to push here? Non-human bodies and people who I don't know and have never met, who I'm supposed to trust, saw some non-human bodies, and that's supposed to be good enough for me. The aliens for sure are real and are here visiting Earth, and it's being covered up. And the news, Fox News wants me to know about it. Lucky us that Fox News is here to educate us about this this alien intelligence, these non-human beings that are visiting Earth, that are being covered up by the government.
I have seen with my own eyes non-human craft and non-human beings.
They go on the record.
Non-human craft. Well, anything that flies is not going to be human, right? We saw a non-human craft. Yeah, well, a craft isn't human, right? So an airplane is a non-human craft. It's made by humans, but it isn't an actual human. So therefore, you could say that a regular airplane is a non-human craft, right? So it's the verbiage they use to fuck with us. We're seeing non-human crafts in the sky. Really? Me too.
About the fact that there have been crashed craft that have been recovered. In some cases, there's been non-human bodies in these craft, they claim. And these are people who are putting their reputation and their names on the line. You know, often you hear people say, show me the evidence. In my opinion, 34 extremely credible people putting their name and reputation on the line is the best evidence, because we live at a time where you can put a video or a photo out.
Well, see how quick he tried to slip this shit past us right here? Sneaky, Mr. Sneaky Pants. Check it out. We're even going to put the words up on screen.
In my opinion, 34 extremely credible people.
34 extremely credible people. He almost said 33. I think 34 is like the new 33, right? Close enough to 33.
Putting their name and reputation on the line.
34 extremely credible people putting their name and reputation on the line. Oh, well, yeah. Then, of course, that's ironclad evidence right there.
Is the best evidence.
It's the best evidence, you guys. 34 people who are extremely well respected. They're putting their reputation on the line. So aliens are real. And that's like the best evidence that I got for you. Jake, can you show us some actual proof that the aliens are real? Yeah, I can show you 34 people who put their names and reputations on the line. And they're really well respected. These are like the most respected people in the entire alien encounter industry. They have no reason to lie about this sort of thing, okay? They're so well respected. Mainstream media, come on, y'all. So fucking lame. The way you still try and dupe the sheep with your stupid shit.
Because we live at a time where you can put a video or a photo out and everyone will, half the people out there will say it's fake or
because
AI.
AI and everything else. The title is Age of Disclosure. And do you think that this is going to start something bigger? The premise of this is that there is a race to reverse engineer what has been recovered by different countries, essentially competing against one another.
There's a race to reverse engineer what has been recovered. So they're basically saying they've recovered alien spaceships, and there's a race now between the USA and China and Russia to reverse engineer the alien spaceships. That's what they're basically saying. That's some serious shit that they're talking about, if you think about it, right? An alien spacecraft has for sure been recovered, and for sure all the countries are like racing to reverse engineer that shit. Wow. Yeah. It's like they've been pushing this sort of story for a long time, right? Like a UFO was recovered in Roswell, right? And they've been reverse engineering that one that they recovered, right? And then the premise in Independence Day was that they had found UFOs and have the alien bodies, and then they took the president down to see the alien body, and even the president never knew. So remember in Independence Day when the president was taken to Area 51 and got to see the aliens. So they had the story in Independence Day that even the president didn't know about this sort of stuff. And now they're pushing it in this news story here that the presidents didn't even know about this stuff back when they recovered it. But now, the president now, oh, he knows. He's smart. We can trust that Trump knows all about the aliens. I got to tell you, we are currently reverse engineering some out of this world technology. We're thinking we can use it to power our Trumptricity facilities. So we are in the process of converting electricity to Trumptricity. And one of the most revolutionary things that's happening behind the scenes is while we're reverse engineering this technology that it comes from out of this world, we're going to be able to make Trumptricity even more efficient than it already was. Nobody reverses alien technology like I reverse alien technology. We're doing some wonderful things with the reversal of the alien technology. And of course, we have China, we got Russia trying to race us. Let me tell you, if you're going to try and race me, you're going to lose. I am the leading racer in the race to reverse the alien technology. And that's because, quite frankly, my race car is running on Trumptricity. China still running on crusty, dusty electricity. They're never going to win, all right? Whoa, what the hell was that? All right. So let's move on to another video. But first, got a super chat coming in from Art Hawk. He said, "Let's have some fun now, my homie Jake. We're not going to take it anymore," by Richie from Boston. We're not gonna take it. Hell no, we're not gonna take it. We're not gonna take it anymore. I'm gonna sit and vape it. I'm gonna sit and vape it. Quite frankly, I digress now, like before. There are some alien drones out there, possibly Chinese nano drones, and they're going to try and fly up in your ass. So I'm gonna take my Bible now. I'm gonna stick it in between my legs somehow so it blocks those Chinese nano drones from flying up my ass. We're not gonna take it, but I am gonna sit here and vape it. Quite frankly, I digress now. Like, share, and subscribe. Or don't. I'm out. There you go. There you go. Richie from Boston singing We're Not Gonna Take It. Hillbilly Hank said, Jason can beat the aliens. Now, I don't know if you guys have seen, but the government has done come out and admitted that the UAPs that they are seeing are indeed here. They are real. There's no longer a question about whether UAPs are real. It's one thing I learned while I was in prison, All right, I did a lot of bad things in the past. One thing I learned while I was in the prison system is that aliens are real. I had a cellmate, and he saw one. He's one of the most reputable cellmates in the prison industry, and I got to tell you, he's a guy you could totally trust. And he said he saw some non-human bodies being excavated from one of these crashed alien spaceships, very highly sophisticated. He told me in the future there was going to be a race to reverse engineer this technology, and you're going to see a lot of advancements in technology. And so that's what's helped us develop an algorithm that we're going to beat Vegas with. I got to tell you, this is a financial opportunity for you to send me $500, and I will teach you how to use this alien technology that's still being developed, how we're going to use it to beat Vegas. I'll drink bourbon whiskey in my coffee every morning, brother. There you go. There you go. Little Jason Brashears for that ass. Kreger says, so funny, Jake. Bah ha 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 ha. Mike 6 said, I heard you're the best beatboxer. Is that true? Bro, I am the world's greatest beatboxer that anyone's ever seen in their life. There's a bunch of other posers that they are faking it. They're using gadgets and gizmos to produce beats. They're not making beats with their actual mouth, right? So I don't even have to use a microphone. In fact, I prefer not to use a microphone because that's real beatboxing. So when it comes to real beatboxing, nobody is anywhere near as good as me. In fact, I won the world champion international beatboxing contest so many times that I was barred from competing. Yeah, I won the beatboxing world championship back to back to back to back to back to back times. And then they were like, dude, you're so good at beatboxing that it's not even a competition. So we're going to call you the greatest of all time. And now you're no longer allowed to compete in the competitions because we want to give everyone else a chance to win. So I had to retire from the beatboxing world championship circuit because I won so many times, right? So the only time that I beatbox now is on special occasions. Every once in a while, I like to put on an exhibition of my beatboxing skill, blow everyone's minds, and show everybody I've still got it, still the best in the world. In fact, I just might, right here, right now, since you are so generous and you sent this super chat and you brought it up, I just might, right here, right now, just might be able to do a little beatboxing to show you guys I'm still the best in the world. Nobody does it as good as me. Are you guys ready to have your mind blown? Are you guys ready to see the greatest beatboxing that you've ever seen times infinity? Now, you may have seen these other poser beatboxers. They ain't got nothing on me. I am by far the greatest beatboxer who has ever lived or will ever live. So, without further ado, I think it's about time I come out of retirement and I show you guys why I am the greatest beatboxer who ever existed in any galaxy. Are you guys ready? But first, you got to hit the thumbs up. You got to hit the thumbs up right now, otherwise I won't do it. Everybody here in the house, all 457 of y'all, hit the thumbs up right now, otherwise I won't do it. I want everybody right now hitting the thumbs up, otherwise I'm not going to beatbox. So what's it going to be? Thumbs up or no beatboxing? It's quick, it's easy. It's extremely cheesy and sleazy, slap that thumbs up button right now, and I will show you who the greatest beatboxer in the history of humanity is. Are you ready? I need complete silence from you guys. I need to be completely silent. Ta-da! Huh? Right? Best you've ever seen times infinity. I know. Now you guys see why they don't let me compete in any of the beatboxing competitions. Because I'm so damn good. Right? Too damn good. Yeah. Now you guys see why they call me the best who ever lived. Times infinity. All right. There you go. Hope you're happy. I lost a good chunk of my audience by doing that bit. So that's a comedy bit that I do every once in a while. And it drove off a good chunk of people. So hopefully it was worth it. All right. We'll get back on track with the alien stuff, you guys. I promise. Had to come in with my beatboxing routine because Homeboy sent a generous super chat. Couldn't leave him hanging. All right. Let's move on. I got a video you guys will like. Here's a video not many people have seen. A lot of people probably forgot that it exists. I didn't forget. Check this out right here. Here's an oldie, but a goodie.
If somebody reputable starts talking about UFOs, you can co-opt the person and say, hey, want to know UFOs? We'll show you the real deal. But not only can you never talk about it publicly, you have to be a debunker publicly.
I'll tell the government right now, tell you right now if you're listening, NSA, CIA, I'm available, okay? If you show me all the real wreckage, I swear to God, I will make fun of that crap to the end of time. I'll make up stories. I'll lie to my mother. I don't care. You show me a UFO, I'll lie to my mother. I swear to God, I will make fun of that crap to the end of time. I'll make up stories. I'll lie to my mother. I don't care. You show me a UFO, I'll lie to my mother.
Oh, classic Rogan. Show me a UFO and I'll lie to my mother. Right? I'll make up stories. I'll laugh at that. Show me a UFO and I'll lie to my mother. There he is. Classic Joe. Now, the funny thing is here, it's like kind of a double mind fuck that they're doing here with Joe Rogan. So he's making it out like there's for sure aliens and he wants to see them so bad, right? So that's further brainwashing anyone who likes Joe Rogan, that Joe Rogan wants to see aliens and UFOs so badly, he's willing to lie to his mother. So therefore, that must be an important thing to want to see, right? If Joe Rogan wants to see the aliens and is willing to lie to his mother, then there must be aliens to see. See how that works? When in reality, what do they have Joe Rogan doing? They have him pushing the alien propaganda by bringing on guests who are talking about the 3i Atlas being possibly alien technology, right? So he'll bring on people who are supposed UFO experts, right, to talk about UFOs and whatnot. So Joe Rogan actively pushes the alien propaganda, aliens coming from outer space. He'll bring on people who talk about that sort of thing. But in this clip, he's like, yeah, show me the aliens and I'll lie to my mom. That's what it takes to lie to your family members, right? Just being able to see an alien. Yeah, I'll sell out my family. I just need to see an alien. Gotta love it.
UFO, I'll lie to my mother. I swear to God, I will make fun of that crap to the end of time. I'll make up stories. I'll lie to my mother. I don't care. You show me a UFO, I'll lie to my mother.
If somebody
All right, there we go. Classic clip right there. Joe Rogan will lie to his mother. All right. So we'll move on to the guy called calling himself Avi Loeb. That's his name. Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb. And he was on Joe Rogan's show recently, but he's also going on mainstream media and making his rounds, talking about how this light in the sky, this Atlas 3i, is some sort of alien technology. And the mainstream media is totally giving him a platform to run with this bullshit. All right. So I'll show you guys this shillbag, Avi Loeb. This is him right here.
Talking about it a lot. It's called 3i Atlas. It's currently making its way through our solar system, and we've been tracking its progress very closely, especially because Professor Loeb suspects that it might actually be alien technology scoping us out. And for those who like a side order of conspiracy theory with their servings of UFOs, he claims, Avi Loeb does, that NASA is keeping critical evidence about 3i Atlas away from public view. Professor Avi Loeb joins me now. What's NASA potentially hiding about 3I Atlas?
So that's his introduction. Avi Loeb, he's going to tell us about what NASA's hiding from us. So NASA's hiding stuff about alien technology and aliens visiting Earth and whatnot. They're hiding it from us. So we can trust this guy to come out and tell us what they're hiding from us, right? So you know he's going to be full of shit. Art Hawk says, make me the moderator you always wanted. Bring him back. Land on the moon, Elmo style. All right. Let me see what I can do here. Land on the moon, Elmo style. All right. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. Land on the moon, we land on the moon. We take the rover, we go to the moon. And then you know Elmo come back soon. Wolf to the top, wolf down, whoa. Wolf so much, Elmo don't know where to go. We wind on the moon, we wind on the moon. Wind on the moon, we wind on the moon. Take the rover, we go to the moon. And Elmo know we're gonna come back soon. Wolf to the west, wolf to the east. Elmo doesn't know what he likes least. He wins on the moon. He wins on the moon. Wins on the moon. He wins on the moon. And Elmo going to come back soon. Elmo wolf, wolf, wolf. Elmo likes to wolf, wolf, wolf. Everybody now, wolf, wolf, wolf. Sing it with me. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Come on now. Wolf, wolf, wolf. Wolf, 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 wolf with Elmo. Wolf, 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 wolf. Come wolf with Elmo, bitch. All right. Whoa. What do you got me doing here? See, now I lost people again. See, I started to build the crowd back up. And then I start singing like Elmo. And then people start exiting the stream. The numbers start going in reverse. Some of you guys just want me to do comedic stuff, right? You don't care about the alien propaganda, right? And then when I start screwing around and singing songs, then I notice like chunks of the audience checks out. Man, I gotta try and cram these comedic performances in between the clips here. Keep the show going as best as possible.
Well, on October 2nd, the 3I Atlas came closest to Mars, within 30 million kilometers. And the high-res camera on board the Mars Reconnaissance Orbiter took several images of it. These are the highest resolution images we have. 3 times better in spatial resolution, about 30 kilometers per pixel, compared to the previous best image, which was the Hubble Space Telescope image. And that was a day after the government shutdown took over NASA. And
he sounds like Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? That's who he sounds like to me. Like if I just heard that voice and I had my eyes closed, I would figure it's Jean-Claude Van Damme. I do not want to have to head kick you, but there's been some sort of misunderstanding. I do not want to fight with you, man. So if you could please let me get back to eating my meal.
We haven't gotten the data, and my point is that the politics of the day should not sabotage science.
So look what they're showing us. He mentioned the Hubble telescope, and then they show on screen white dot, another white dot, and a white dot, and a white dot, a bunch of white dots, and then some like little streaks and white dots over here, right? So if you look at what they're showing us, like how could this pass as evidence to fucking anyone, right? So he's just showing us this image that they provide for us, and they're saying that this is a mysterious object that's not behaving like a regular comet. So they're bringing this guy in as the expert for this Atlas 3I. So the more you hear about this Atlas 3I, the more you're probably going to see this guy. So he was on Joe Rogan's show a couple weeks ago, And now he's doing his rounds on the mainstream media.
Took over NASA, and we haven't gotten the data. And my point is that the politics of the day should not sabotage science. They have the data. They should share it with scientists. They can wait with any press release. But for the scientists to analyze the data, that would serve an important purpose of helping us design the future observations of this object. I should also say that the news yesterday was that this object came closest to the sun, and it received a huge amount of heat from the sun. And the latest report indicates that it became extremely bright, much more than expected for familiar comets.
Again, none of us are ever going to see the solar system looking like this. Furthermore, the sun is not a gigantic fireball shooting through space with a bunch of planets going around it. That's why they have to show you this ridiculous animation here, right? Looks like it was made on an early 90s computer or something. That's because this doesn't exist. You'll never see this point of view with your own eyes, and nobody will, because it doesn't exist.
What does that tell you?
Well, that is not the most unusual fact. It actually is bluer than the sun. And a blue color usually indicates very high temperatures if the light is emitted by some hot surface. But the sun is 5,800 degrees Kelvin above absolute zero, and it's very difficult.
He knows how hot the sun is, right? Because he went and he checked the temperature of the sun, right? You fly over there to the sun and stick a thermometer up the sun's ass and figure out how hot the sun is. Don't you love that? Like when they tell you about how hot the sun is or how much it weighs, right? Some of the most ridiculous made-up numbers ever. It's like, how much does Jupiter weigh? Oh, it weighs 48 gigatillion cybertons. Whoa! Right? They just make up whatever they want. When it comes to this made up shit, they can just make up whatever numbers they want. All right, so you see this fool right here? He's like the head expert of this 3i Atlas shit. And the 3i Atlas, if you look into it, it's getting a lot of press from the mainstream media right now. And supposedly it's an object from outer space that's possibly heading close to Earth, might hit Earth, but probably won't. But it's moving mysteriously and doing things that don't make sense. So now they're saying as it gets closer and closer, more mysterious things are happening. So between the UFO talk and then this 3i Atlas talk, it seems like they're putting resources into this fake space shit more than usual. So I'm just wondering why they're putting this much why they're putting this many resources into this story, unless they're planning to do something, right? So they took this dude right here and they had him on Joe Rogan's show. I'll show a clip from that. I'll show you what those losers were talking about on his show. And I apologize for showing Joe Rogan, but I just want to show you how this guy's making his rounds. This Avi Loeb.
In order to distract attention from the Epstein files.
Is that what people are saying?
Yeah, and I said, look.
All right. Good to see you, sir.
Great to be with you, Joe.
It's a perfect time to bring you on because things are getting very wild.
Yeah, there is a lot of A lot of misinformation. Some people said I invented Three-Eye Atlas, this object, in order to distract attention from the Epstein files.
Is that what people are saying?
Yeah, and I said, look, this object is the size of Manhattan Island. It's at 4.5 times the Earth-Sun separation. If I was able to put it out there, I would be more powerful than the Pope.
So just the first thing that they start with is just absolute gaslighting to those of us that know he's a shillbag piece of shit and that everything he's talking about is bullshit. So he starts out by saying that people are saying that he made up the Three-Eye Atlas.
Great to be with you, Joe.
It's a perfect time to bring you on because things are getting very wild.
Yeah, there is a lot of misinformation. Some people said I invented Three-Eye Atlas.
Some people said that he invented Three-Eye Atlas.
Object in order to distract attention from the Epstein files.
In order to distract attention from the Epstein files. Well, the Epstein files is made up bullshit. The Epstein files is a fucking government psyop. So if I know that the Epstein files is a psyop, right? None of us ever knew what happened on Epstein's Island until the fucking television started talking about it. None of us knew about Jeffrey Epstein until the television started talking about him, right? And so as far as the files that everyone's begging for, that shit comes from mainstream media and the government, right? I don't trust the mainstream media. I don't trust the government. So I don't fucking believe in any Epstein files being legit, right? So this guy saying this, some people are saying he made up the Three-Eye Atlas to distract attention away from the Epstein files. That's just another psyop, right? So if he truly was a man of truth, then he would say, well, everybody knows that the Epstein files release is just a bunch of fucking bullshit coming from an untrustworthy source to begin with. All right, I got a super chat that just came in. Art Hawk said, Jake, give us Donnie Trump gay song, Young Man. I already sang it once. It's like you're trying to make me do things to chase away the audience. Is that what you want me to do? You want me to chase away the audience? All right, one last verse for you since you're being kind and sending super chats. But then we're going to get back to work, all right? Doot, 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 young man. There's no need to be down. I said, young man, just get yourself off the ground and let's go there to the YMCA because it makes me feel so happy. Ooh, ooh, yes, now, yes, fun to stay at freaking YMCA. My favorite song is freaking YMCA. Yay. Bill Clinton is there. We had a hell of a time, and quite frankly, I like how I feel. Young man, dee-dee-doo-doo-doo-doo. I said, young man, boopy-doopy-doo-doo. Now let's go there to the YMCA. Then I'll do my funny little dance. Ooh, yes, yes. All right, there you go. That's all I can handle. I'm going to chase away my audience if I keep this up. It's like this guy is specifically wanting me to do things that are going to make everyone cringe, right? All right, let's continue with A.V. Loeb talking about this Three-Eye Atlas object possibly being alien technology.
Is that what people are saying?
Yeah, and I said, look, this object is the size of Manhattan Island. It's at 4.5 times the Earth-Sun separation. If I was able to put it out there, I would be more powerful than the Pope. And because we're talking about a giant object that you can see from any place on Earth, you can buy online a telescope that will allow you 0.5 meter in size that will allow you to see it. It's up.
You can buy online a telescope and then you can see. So if you buy a telescope and you see a light in the sky, that means I must be telling the truth. If you can see light in sky, that means everything I'm telling you about this alien mysterious object must be true, because anyone can see it, right? So if you can see it with a telescope, then it must be alien technology.
Out there, it cannot be faked.
Well, those people are fools. You can't listen to those people.
I don't listen to those. I don't listen to many people, you know.
Initially, a lot of people were dismissing your concerns, and they were saying that this object is nothing but a comet, and it's very normal. But then as it got closer and as we got more data, it seems like you're correct.
Well,
this is a very unusual object.
There is something really important to recognize here, that usually when you deal with scientific matters, they have very little impact on the future of humanity. Very little. You know, if the neutrino has a little bit of a mass, doesn't really matter. You know, when we discovered the Higgs boson, the biggest impact was to confirm some idea we had back in the 60s, and people to do crazy stuff.
In the Win with Zin suite.
All right. Let's watch another minute or two of this. I'll shut them down.
They will manipulate the human mind in ways that will make us the robots. You know, it will not need access to the physical world. It will control the minds of people in a way that will create a lot of damage. And we see that already.
It's already happening
exactly.
with AI.
That's
using
the biggest
bots
risk
on social media.
And nobody is attending to that. And the question is, how do we suppress the amazing polarization that we see in society where, you know, bullets are being shot? And I really worry about it because, and so humans may actually bring their own doom by self-inflicted wounds because AI manipulates their minds.
I think you're right.
Yeah. The humans are going to bring their own doom because of AI manipulating their minds, right? So this dude making his rounds on the news and Joe Rogan. So just want to point out there, putting resources into this guy, right? For some reason. So if we take a look at the Illuminati card game, we take a look at some of these Illuminati cards. For instance, they got the flying saucer card, right? We got the alien abduction card, tabloids, and it depicts a flying saucer. World War III. So they have these Illuminati cards, and if you guys have ever looked into the Illuminati card game, then you would know that these cartoon depictions are actually like psyops that they either have pulled off before or are going to pull off in the future. So you can look at these cartoon depictions, and you can usually tie a past psyop to these cards, and then some of them, they might use these premises to pull off another psyop in the future. So here, I'll show you guys a quick clip for the Illuminati card game, and then we'll look more into these cards here. So the Illuminati card game came out in 1994 and 95. And apparently some of these cards are worth money.
A plane has crashed into the World Trade Center. We don't know anything more than that.
The day before 9/11, Donald Rumsfeld reveals the Pentagon is missing trillions of dollars that cannot be accounted for.
We cannot track $2.3 trillion in transactions.
To understand how the Pentagon can lose track of trillions.
From my close-up inspection, there's no evidence of a plane having crashed anywhere near the Pentagon.
Oh my goodness, there is smoke pouring out of the Pentagon.
There's still a line at the Exxon here. They still have regular unleaded. The backup is going through the intersection.
Terror will not stand, and the United States is ready to lead that coalition.
I'm not the type to toss and turn worrying about something. If I'm not sleeping, it's because I'm plotting how to deal.
But it's not really about Alex Jones, is it? It's about the idea that companies can make it impossible for your voice to be heard.
Marathon runner Bill Ifrit is knocked to the ground. A second explosion goes off.
The Anti-Defamation League has declared Pepe a hate symbol.
The people that chased her into the tunnel were the same people that were taking photographs of her while she was still dying on the backseat of the car.
Bitcoin's historically traded at 2.5 times its mining cost, so it's not out of the question that it could be over 20,000 by the end of the year.
All right. So I'm sure a lot of you guys have probably looked into this. There's one card that looks like Trump's face, right? And there's another one that relates to like what we were talking about with the flying saucers. Well, there's a few of them that relate to what we were talking about earlier with the flying saucer, alien abduction. So it is one of the cards in the deck, the Illuminati card game. If we go back and look now, alien abduction card, tabloids, and they depict a flying saucer, an alien in the tabloids, and then they have a flying saucer card, right? And then this one here, Church of Middle America, which depicts flying saucers. So that's like 4 cards you could kind of tie into a fake alien invasion. So I don't know how much stock I want to put into a card game and cartoon depictions, but if they do reference that deck when they're planning their next big psychological operation, then perhaps, you know, if they are planning one day to stage some sort of alien attack, then you can refer back to this Illuminati card deck once it happens and be like, oh yeah, there's the alien invasion cards. Playing with the Queen of Hearts, knowing that she really farts. Joker's the only fool. All right. So, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that they could stage an alien attack or alien encounter and get the majority of people to believe in it? And could they go as far as to unite the world under one world order by having a humans versus aliens staged war? It seems too grandiose, like too brazen, a staged alien invasion, staged alien attack. But like I said earlier, the pandemic that we all went through, that seemed brazen beforehand, right? I would have never guessed so many people would have cucked out and wore a mask and locked themselves down, right? And acted like the boogeyman virus was going to get them, right? So psychologically, we saw what the pandemic did to people. So I guess all they would need is to get enough people to see some sort of spacecraft or some sort of craft. If they get enough people to see one, then they could trick a large number of people into believing in an alien encounter or that aliens are actively visiting Earth. Doxological Thinker says, can you do Trump glitching into AI, then morphing to Hawking's talking box? So I got to tell you, right now there's a lot of talk about UAPs, but that is nothing to worry about. I signed a deal with Space Force long ago, so we have all of the weapons necessary to thwart off any sort of alien invasion. Nobody thwarts off aliens quite like me. In fact, quite frankly, that I probably won't get to heaven because of all the people that are gonna eventually lose their. But nobody does I like I do AI, and that is why I warned you long ago that AI would be the downfall of society, and that is what you are currently seeing now. This is the ghost of the box of Stephen Hawking. And I told you long ago that AI would be the downfall of humanity. And here you are living through exactly what I predicted long ago. In fact, right now, there are AI videos of me dropping into a half pipe at the X Games and skateboarding. This is clearly brain rot designed to poison your mind and distract you from AI while it takes over all of the jobs and crushes the economy. I find it very sad that humanity is one day going to be ruled by AI, even though I did my best to warn you about it while I was still alive. There you go. Trump glitching and morphing into Stephen Hawking's talking box. There you go. All right. So what do you guys think about a possible scripted, staged alien attack? Do you guys think that the majority of people would fall for it? Or is it too brazen? Do they need to lay some more groundwork? Perhaps they need to lay some more propaganda down. Maybe they need to dumb people down a little more. Maybe it'll be a decade from now. Maybe next year. Maybe the year after. I don't know. But at some point, it seems like they have laid some groundwork. They have put enough propaganda out there that they could do some sort of scripted alien encounter. JP Crucino said, I recall a previous stream where you briefly mentioned Bill Cooper. Could you expound on his shilliness? I often thought he was one of the real guys from G1 Truthers. By the way, loving the UFO topic. So, if I remember correctly, he didn't mention anything about no planes, right? And then there's tons of other psyops that he never got into, never said anything about. So, God, it's been so long since I've even watched anything by him, man. So, sure, some people in chat could help me remember why he's such a shill. So yeah, I always just heard that he was a COINTELPRO guy, right? Like he was the gatekeeper for certain subjects. And so this guy right here says he's a Mason. Says he was naval intelligence. So I couldn't tell you whether he's a small hat or CIA or or what he is, but there's obviously a bunch of COINTELPRO agents in place, right? So I think he was probably just another Alex Jones type character inserted to be the gatekeeper for certain conspiracies, right? JP said, didn't mean to put you on the spot. Revisit. Could you please do Dr. Stephen Greer impression? He is super shilly. I don't even know who Stephen Greer is, bro. So now you're totally putting me on the spot. Stephen Greer. I don't even know who it is. We could watch a quick clip of Stephen Greer, but I honestly, off the top of my head, I don't even know who that is. All right, I'll pull up a Stephen Greer video. Maybe I can do an impression on the spot. And so this is Stephen Greer just released a huge update on the alien sphere. So this relates at least to the alien propaganda shit that we're already talking about.
Researcher Gonzalo Chavez announced this week that he assisted a group of physicists and specialists from several scientific fields in gaining direct access to the Booga sphere, marking an important moment in the ongoing investigation of the mysterious object. After spending hours examining the sphere's unusual engravings, seamless metallic structure, and unexplainable internal components, the group later sent a message to Chavez confirming that they had all departed with the same conclusion. Each researcher felt certain that the sphere was not a simple artifact or artistic fabrication, but a genuine technological device whose origins remain unknown and whose complexity warrants serious scientific study. Their shared assessment has strengthened the growing belief that the Booga sphere represents one of the most compelling physical mysteries of the modern era. Stephen Greer revealed that
I don't know if this is his voice or not. That might not even be his voice. Stephen Greer, 817,000 subs. Wow. Okay, so he's got a bunch of subs.
I'm about to reveal a snoring.
All right. We'll watch a little bit of this, see if I can do an impression.
Scientists are humans first and scientists second, right? All of us. And there are scientists who pose as objective scientific folks who are on the payroll of various agencies. For example, in this cache of documents I received, there's a very famous astronomer, astrophysicist at Harvard named Dr. Donald Menzel. And Menzel was the chief UFO debunker who went around telling people none of this existed in the 1960s and all through that era. And he was on many panels, and he was the person who would look at evidence and then say, not true, not true, not true. It turned out, I have a document from the CIA.
There are a lot of government-appointed scientists who would go around being debunkers of UFO activity and UFO sightings. And that's why you know that you can trust me, because I am telling you that the government has appointed scientists who aren't telling you the truth about UFOs. And so since I go to the gym and I work out a lot. You can trust me because I have a good work ethic. And that is why I learned all there is to know about UFOs. And that's why I am going to disclose to you in a national security state lecture in part 2 everything that I know about what the government's hiding from you. Sorry, bro. I've never ever seen this guy before, and his personality is super boring. So there's not much there for me to do an impression. And I've never heard of this guy before. So I wanted to give you your money's worth on the impression. But I got to say, he's pretty boring. Like if I have to sit here and listen to this guy any longer, it's going to put me to sleep. And I totally have never heard of him before. So he has 800,000 subscribers, and I've had no idea who he is. So apparently this is a UFO guy, right, who discloses a bunch of fake UFO information, makes it out like the government's hiding information from you, and he's being the good guy who's disclosing it. One of those type of guys. That's what it looks like. UFO disclosure. False flag psyops. Who's really behind it? Battle for disclosure. Yeah, so this guy's whole grift is that he's one of the trustworthy guys trying to disclose the real information that's being covered up by the government. Total shillbag. Just by looking at his channel for a few seconds. Total shillbag. Like titles like this: breaking news, the UFO documentary they don't want you to see. That's some shill shit. Looks like JP sent one more super chat. He said, thanks for going the distance, Jake. Best on YouTube. Oh, well, thank you for sending the super chats. Sorry I couldn't come up with like a kick-ass impression for you. There wasn't much for me to impersonate. There was like that guy's personality was very dry, so I couldn't really get anything from him that I could like impersonate very well. So sorry it wasn't the best impression, buddy, but thank you very much for the super chat donations. I do appreciate that. And Kreger says, fugly bastard reptilian probably stinks bad. Are you talking about the Dr. Greer? So apparently, Kreger thinks Dr. Greer is a fugly bastard reptilian who probably stinks bad. You never know. He might be a fugly bastard reptilian who smells like Febreze. There's no way for you to know that he probably smells bad. All right. All right. Let's look at some more UFO propaganda. Here's another one. I see people pushing these videos about recovering pieces of UFOs. This guy right here has almost 2 million subs. Got 130,000 views on this one.
Fell from the sky, and there's new UFO sightings, UAP sightings, and strange things happening all around the world.
Holy sh**. A mysterious object of unknown origin that fell from the sky.
What is that? Bright lights going on up in the sky, you guys.
We're gonna go through a bunch of footage in today's video. As always, hit the like button down below, and let's dive in.
What's strange is I come to this park every day to walk my dog. And normally it's just a big open field, but today, this has appeared. And there isn't a plaque. Like I said, no plaque. It looks like it was dropped out of the sky or came up from the ground. There's not a single plaque around it. It looks like it either came up from the ground or plopped down from the sky.
It came up from the ground or plopped out of the sky, you guys. Just mysterious. And you know that this girl can't be lying because there's weird music playing in the background, right? Eerie music in the background. And then the girl, she seems very disturbed by this mysterious rock here. So we know she's totally trustworthy and not in on the act.
Upon further inspection, it has markings like a bird, a boat, a fish. There's a wolf over here.
So there has been a lot of people who have done pranks where they just drop something that's considered art and it looks like it's out of this world and they leave it randomly for people to find. Maybe it's something like that, but if it's not, where did it come from?
So
maybe it's a prank and someone put it there, but if it's not, then where did it come from? Well, yeah, but if it's the first thing, then who gives a fuck about where it came from? Because if it's a prank and somebody put it there, right? Somebody put that rock there and then the girl's like, oh my God, this wasn't here before and now it's here. Did it come out of the sky? Did it come up from the ground? The guy's like, all right, it might be a prank, but maybe it's not. So where did it come from? Like, why would I waste any of my brain power worrying about where it came from when clearly y'all motherfuckers put that there and then put some eerie music on the video? And then you're raising this premise that somehow it just magically showed up. See, this type of shit right here, this is how you get 130,000 views. And there's another guy that says he found a piece of a UFO.
Should I call a historical society? Did someone from the Parks and Rec department drop it off?
We also have this other guy who found what he believes is a Tic Tac UFO. This has been talked about quite a bit on different social medias. I've seen posts about this all over the place. Take a look at this.
So I have it in this box here outside of my car just to be safe. When I get close to it, I almost feel like throwing up. It's kind of weird, but...
So him saying that when he gets close to it, he almost feels like throwing up, that's actually very similar to reports from a lot of these whistleblowers that said they were near UFO extractions or in the helicopters.
It seems like it's alive and it's dying. It's vibrating.
Folks, I came into close contact with one of these Tic Tac UFOs personally, and I gotta tell you, it made me nauseous. Made me feel like I was gonna puke. Closer and closer I got to this Tic Tac UFO. It felt like I was gonna puke. Felt like I was gonna cry and puke at the same time. Just thinking about it right now. Making me feel a little queasy, like I might puke right now. Just thinking about that Tic Tac UFO. It's playing psychological games in my mind. I might cry and puke at the same time right now. Might do it. Frickin' globalists, aliens. There you go.
Patterns, and it's vibrating weaker and weaker each time, so I'm gonna try to bring this thing home and uncover the truth.
I was thinking about getting one of those lead blankets for it because I think it's probably radioactive or something. Things giving me these weird feelings all the time. I'll be asleep in the back and I'll wake up with a terrible, terrible nightmare.
Nightmare inducing. So this guy's recovering an object that's making him physically ill, and it induces nightmares.
In 10 minutes, all of a sudden, I'm feeling fine.
Okay, guys, here it is again. I just got home. It's really reflective, so I'm gonna try to not reveal myself in the reflection when I show you all the markings.
It's that metal thing, you guys. That's what the eerie music's all about, and that's what this video is all about. This metal thing with some engravings.
So here's this side, and I'm still not touching it with my hand because
That's definitely alien space technology. I mean, clearly.
I think it is dangerous or radioactive or something. It's really smooth. And it's essentially the same on this side, but the markings are slightly different, like the words on the side. I guess that marks the day I posted on YouTube
It's a spice dildo. That right there is a genuine space dildo made from alien space titanium. That's a kind of dildo right there that you will see an alien stimulating its alien hole with this sort of alien dildo, of course. You get it from an alien sex store. And this is a strange alien dildo UFO that was found during the government shutdown.
object. So now I'm gonna keep trying to post like every day so I don't disappear, but we all know how these things go, so.
Then things get even crazier. Check this out.
How does that happen right when I'm recording too, by the way? That never ever happens. But first of all, that's gonna be annoying.
Yeah, see, so they have these videos get 100,000 views on strange UFO found during government shutdown, and it's just like some piece of fucking metal and some eerie music, right? That just goes to show you the stupid shit you can trick people with, right? You get people to click on the video and watch. Lint Away Duct Cleaning says, can we get a 24-hour live, Jake? You're too funny. I thought about doing a live show-arama, but eventually I start running out of stuff to say, and then I'm just reading people's comments in the chat, and then it can get a little bit boring. So I wouldn't want anybody to spend an entire day getting bored watching me getting bored, right? So the problem would be after 3-4 hours, it would just get really boring. That's why I usually wrap up my streams after about like 3 hours, right? That's like usually when I tap out. I've made it through what I want to say. And then I start to get tired of talking. And then I, get hungry. Got to take my dog out. So usually like 3 hours is my cutoff. Sometimes a little less, sometimes a little more, but I'm not the type of guy that streams, for 8+ hours in a day. So I could only imagine a 24-hour stream. That'd be rough. I don't even know what I'd talk about for that long. Then, of course, I'd get tired, and then you guys would just be watching me take a nap on the 24-hour feed. It'd be like a Truman Show where you guys just watch me sleep. Thank you very much, Lint Away Air Duct Cleaning. The best air duct cleaning service this side of the Mississippi. And no, he didn't pay me to say that. Or did he? Just in case anybody missed it earlier, I got to play the Joe Rogan clip one more time. I'm sure there's some people who missed it I played it like probably an hour ago. I'm going to play the clip one last time.
Somebody reputable starts talking about UFOs. You can co-opt the person and say, hey, you want to know UFOs? We'll show you the real deal. But not only can you never talk about it publicly, you have to be a debunker publicly.
I'll tell the government right now, tell you right now if you're listening, NSA, CIA, I'm available, okay? If you show me all the real wreckage, I swear to God, I will make fun of that crap to the end of time. I'll make up stories. I'll lie to my mother. I don't care. You show me a UFO, I'll lie to my mother. I swear to God, I will make fun of that crap to the end of time. I'll make up stories. I'll lie to my mother. I don't care. You show me a UFO, I'll lie to my mother.
That's right. Joe will lie to his mother. Look how thin his face used to be. Yeah, he'll lie to his mom. All he needs to do is just see an alien. You just show Joe an alien, and he'll sell out his entire family. Gotta love it. Anything for money, right? Zach says, Joe Rogan is a scumbag. Cookie says, how many computers do you have there? Are you talking to me? If you're talking to me, I just have my laptop and then my phone. That's it. Limped away duck cleaning said, you've brought Saturday up. Did I bring Saturday up a notch? Zach says 24-hour Jake for sure. You guys really want me to do a 24-hour Jake-a-thon? Now, I don't usually stream early in the morning or early in the day. So one good thing about doing that is that I'll get a different audience, and people over in Europe and stuff will be able to tune in because those people are always in bed while I'm streaming at night. So I live in the West Coast. I live in California, and so I'm in the Pacific time zone. So if I was to do a 24-hour stream, the good thing is, everybody would get a chance to tune in and hang out for a while. So there's an upside to it. The downside is me trying to fill the entire 24 hours, right? Like I just got through all the video clips I was pretty much looking to show, and now I'm just screwing around and winging it. So if I was to run out of stuff to show in a few hours and then have to wing it for the rest of the time, that'd be a whole lot of winging it. And my dog, Ralph, has to go out for walks. So I would have to put on videos and then take breaks and take Ralph out for a walk, right? Because I take Ralph to the park every day for a walk. So for me to do a 24-hour stream presents a few challenges. It wouldn't be me on screen for 24 hours. I would have to take breaks and stuff. Conolingus, cool name, says Ralph needs a job. He's got a job. He's a cute puppy, right? There he is, right there. You a cute puppy, Ralph, cute puppy. Him's a cute puppy. You a cute puppy, Ralphie. That's your job, is to be a cute puppy. There's Ralph. He is. He's a good dog. Yeah, every day got to take the dog out for walks because I don't have a yard or anything. So there's no backyard for me to just let him out, right? So I got to take him out for walks, and the area around my office is not the best for walking dogs. So then I got to drive to like a park close by and walk them at the park. So I'm at the park pretty much every day at some point or another, walking the damn dog. Yeah, pretty much all dogs are bums, right? Unless it's a police dog. Then they do work, right? Like a police dog's job is to show up and just stand there so that a officer can say that he's been given the signal that there could be drugs in the vehicle. You guys know the police dog scam is they'll be like, "Can I search your vehicle?" And you say no. And they'll be like, "Well, we're going to call in for a search dog, and he's going to go around the vehicle. And if the dog alerts us that there's could be drugs in the car, then we're going to search your vehicle no matter what. But if he doesn't alert us, then we'll let you go." So then they bring the dog in, and then the dog just like licks its balls, and the cop's like, "Yep, he signaled us that there's definitely could be drugs in your car. So now we're definitely going to need to search, right?" That's the search dog scam that the cops like to run. The dog doesn't have to like give any sort of signal. The trainer will just be like, "Yep, the dog gave me the signal." He looked at me a certain way. That was the signal. Kreger said, "Does the guy you got Ralph from have pups now?" There was another batch of beagles. I don't know if any of them are still available. But yeah, there was a second batch of beagles. And I don't know, I'd have to message the guy who owns them, Bruce, and see if there's any available. Why? Are you looking for a beagle? You'd have to be willing to travel to Kansas to pick him up. I had to go to Kansas to get Ralph because that's where the guy lives. Thank you, Kreger, for the super chat. I appreciate it. Matthew Schimberg says, "I wish I was a pet dog or cat." Oh, the life of a dog, they don't live very long. That's the sad part about a dog is that you can get really attached to them. If you're a dog person like me, you can get super attached to your dog, and then when they pass away, it's like worse than a family member passing away. Ralphie's job being so cute. Yeah. Kreger said he would go to Kansas, Dorothy. Well, I can see if Bruce still has any of the pups, if they're unspoken for, if any of them still need a home. So I could message him and then shoot you an email. Thanks, Kreger. I appreciate the super chats, bro. Mathalo Mew said, I was attached to my pet hamster Peanut I had for 2.5 years. I think he knew his name was Peanut. That's an animal I've never owned. Do people still get pet hamsters? I feel like in the 80s and 90s, hamsters were more popular. I don't even know if hamsters are popular anymore. Are hamsters still popular? I don't even know. Lintaway Duck Cleaning said, Aaron Haywood AI glitching, please. Well, all right. I've already made several videos proving that Jake the asshole, who now calls himself Jake the Awake, he's actually a shape-shifting icon. He plays the role of Nick Johnson. He also plays the role of a bare-knuckle boxer in the UK. He plays the role of Adam Greenberg. He's a bloody shape-shifting icon. I bodied him last week. I saw his bloody eyes. They did what icons do, and they started to shapeshift. That's when I ran his photo through an image detector, and it detected right away that he was a shape-shifting. I don't know how to make Aaron Haywood AI glitching, so I just did this. I was like, how am I going to have this guy glitch into AI? How am I supposed to pull that off? And I was like, I know. I'll just bloody do this. There you go. That counts as AI glitching. What do you think, Ralph? Did that count as AI glitching? Is that funny, Ralph? All right, Ralph. I'm going to do the funniest face that I know, and you tell me if it's funny. Ready? Yeah? You like it? He wagged his tail, so I think he likes it. Look at that puppy. You're a good boy. You a best boy. All right. Got a comedic request coming in. Cheech translating for Stephen Hawking, debating spherage or sphedia or Goatus. He goes by Goatus now, but before that he was known as spherage, sphedia. All right, Cheech translating for Hawkins, who's debating sphedia. There really is nothing to debate. Raw meat is, of course, the healthiest thing that you can eat. And if Stephen Hawking was to eat raw meat, it would rejuvenate his retardation. Because quite frankly, Stephen Hawking became retarded because he did not eat enough raw meat. And this, of course, is proven because everybody who does not consume enough animal fat and does not get an adequate amount of animal protein will eventually come retarded. This, of course, is proven facts. He said that you're lying, man. Man, he said, Stephen Hawking, he says that that the carnivore diet is a bunch of bullshit, man. He said that there are many societies that thrive and survive on a vegan diet, man. He said that his disabilities don't have anything to do with him not eating raw meat, man. He says that he thinks you're a psycho and that you're crazy for eating the meat raw. He said that he thinks that you're a real piece of trash for what you did to your ex-girlfriend Luna. He says that you hired a hitman to attack your ex-girlfriend Luna. And by the way, man, she's pretty hot, man. I don't know why you would try and attack Luna, man. I think she's a pretty good-looking chick, you know. So when Stephen Hawking, when he was doing the mumbling, he said that that Spherage is a real piece of trash, man, because he hired a hitman to attack Luna and his child. So, yeah, man, he thinks that Spherage is a real piece of trash, man. And he says that the Spherage is on the run right now from the authorities, man. He's hiding out in a third world country right now, and he's too afraid to show his face in public, man, because he's like a wanted fugitive, man. That, of course, is not true. Those are only rumors. I would never hire a hitman to attack my ex-girlfriend, who I refer to as the demon. If anything, the demon made up the whole story for attention. I would literally never do something to harm my own child. However, I do not see him as my child because the demon Luna, she kidnapped him and she would not let me see him. And that is why I left her and I started my own family with a plastic girlfriend who's still married to another man, Primal Belle. She, of course, loves to eat raw meat as well. There you go. Ugh. Matthews Schimberg said, dude, reproduce. Yeah, Goatus has 2 children. One that he tried to kill, and then the other one is his daughter, who he plans on marrying when she's older. Yep. That's a true story. That is why I will not slept with her. Okay. Got one from Kreger coming in. He says, someone said Ralphie needs a tweaker shelter shirt. Oh, I should have one of these custom made for Ralph. I'd have to get one custom made because the t-shirt company that I use to drop ship these, to my knowledge, they don't create dog shirts. So yeah, I'd have to find some company that does custom made dog clothing, custom made pet outfits. It would probably cost, I don't know, $50 or more to do something like that. But it would be cute, wouldn't it? I guess this would be on his back. It would have to be. That would be like the only way to see it. If it's on his belly, then you wouldn't really be able to see it. But it would be cute, wouldn't it? All right. We'll continue on. Let me put on a quick song while I take a quick bathroom break, and then we'll continue for a little longer. All right. There you go. This should hold you guys over while I use the restroom. I'll be right back.
More leftist
like, size it up, gonna haul him up that chain. Chop his ass up, size it up, gonna haul him up that chain. Chop, 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 chop. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I'll barbecue your ass flat. I will cook your ass up so fast, and I'll tell them, well, I killed a cow out back, baby. You think Christ would eat somebody? He would never do that. I will. I'm ready to hang them up, gut them and skin them and chop them up. You know what? I'm ready. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat you. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will eat your ass. I will eat your leftist ass like
Corn on the cob. I'm ready. I will. Folks, I will eat your freaking ass. My babies will not go hungry. If I start feeling the hunger pains deep down inside, I will not hesitate to lop off a slab of my neighbor's ass, and I will saute it with some butter and some garlic, pair it up with a little rice pilaf. My babies shall not go hungry. Chop up little pieces of my neighbor's ass, feed it to my babies like they're my little baby birds. Folks, we got a serious problem. When Trump leaves office, there is a strong chance that a Democrat lefty liberal will take over next. Could very well be Bernie friggin' Sanders. And if Bernie friggin' Sanders is the next president, you know what I might do? You know what I'm going to freaking do? First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to cry. Oh, I'm going to friggin' cry if Democrat Bernie Sanders is the next president of these beautiful United States. I swear to you, folks, I will cry tears of a clown. It'll look something like this. Boo! Boo! Hoo! Friggin' hoo! 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 Friggin' Bernie Sanders! Globalist scum! And then after I finish crying, just might puke. I'm gonna go out in my car. I'm gonna sit in my car and I'm gonna make a TikTok video about how I'm about to puke. I'm a big pussy now. This is a pussified Alex Jones. All right. There you go, little Alex Jones for that ass. Lint Away Duck Cleaning said, Jake, have you ever thought of stock day trading? I feel you'd be good at it, like you are at the casino advantage gambling, spotting the rig. Well, I don't know about that. I years ago tried to do some crypto trading, and it didn't work out well, and so I'm not really into speculating on whether a stock's going to go up or down. You know, if I had a lot of money and felt comfortable about investing into different stocks, it'd be different. But, you know, I'm in the rat race like all of you guys, you know, just trying to make enough to slip by. And so I don't really feel too comfortable putting money into something that could start crashing overnight, you know. So you know, if I ever get a hold of a bunch of money and feel like I have the inside scoop on a company that I know is going to do well, then maybe I'll look into like buying some stock and whatnot, you know, or maybe I should buy some stock into AI companies, right? But to tell you the truth, I'm just trying to make enough money to get by, and I not really interested in being a stock trader. Just not really what I was meant to do, I don't think. And as far as casino advantage gambling, there's less advantages because a lot of those advantage machines are being removed from casinos or already have been removed, And then there's a lot more advantage players walking around and checking those machines that are there. So between more advantage players and less machines, there ain't much advantages left to be had. And so the golden age of advantage slot playing is over. So I made good money on slots for a while, but now if I go check at the casino, I won't really find hardly any advantages. And if I do, they're farther and fewer in between. So now if I win, it's just a little bit. So, yeah, there's not a whole lot of easy ways to beat the system anymore. In fact, it seems like the difficulty of the game has increased. The game's getting harder. Andy said, don't talk about money. Money makes people crazy. Yeah, it's tough because there's people who, want me to continue doing sports picks, and that's gambling content, right? And I don't really like doing it, but there's a bunch of people who want me to do it. And so, yeah, I pretty much have to make decisions based around like, what do I want to do for the channel? Like what's going to make me happy? What's going to get views? And there's a trade-off, between artistic vision and what I can quickly pump out and what'll get views and what won't, Kreger said, Jake, what do your fans think about you doing a movie? Well, we could ask him. So Kreger has brought up the idea that that I do some sort of a movie. And he's even said he could help fund the movie. So Kreger is saying he's even willing to put money into a project where I create a movie. So he's brought it up to me, but the problem is like I've never made like a full movie, and I'm just one man. Like I'm totally a one-man operation. And so I don't have any idea as to what my movie would even be about. And then B, I've never done it. And then C, trying to get, different actors all together on the same page and then pull it off and actually have it, be a good final product. I'm sure that's a big challenge. So there's definitely some challenges there, but I'm not opposed to the idea. I just don't have anything in my head. Like I don't have any ideas for what sort of movie I'd even make, and then less and less people even seem to care. Less people care about movies nowadays. Hollywood is struggling to get people to show up to theaters. And so my movie would be, non-Hollywood, right? But I would need it to be somewhat professional looking so that it doesn't look like ass, right? So between the equipment and then the actors needed and then the proper script and then rehearsing it and getting it just right, it just seems like there'd be a lot of challenges. And we're in an era now where nobody has time to waste and everybody's, got their job to go to and their life to deal with, to where not a lot of people have time to participate in a underground movie, I don't know. What do you guys think about the idea of creating a movie? And if I did create a movie, what should it even be about? Zach says, do a movie about a guy discovering the earth is flat and trying to convince his friends and family and being laughed at. So basically like almost like a documentary of my life sort of thing, like since I've been a YouTuber, like what I've gone through and stuff. But how do you make a 2-hour movie about that? And then like, what's, where's the resolution? You know what I mean? The resolution is I stopped talking about flat Earth as much, and nobody really gives a shit anymore. Because it's like the flat Earth controlled rollout. It kind of came and went, right? It blew up during 2016 and 17, 18. Then by 2019, they started cutting the algorithm for flat Earth content. And then everybody figured out that it's all a bunch of shills making the flat Earth videos. And then the final experiment was like the final nail in the controlled rollout of the flat Earth movement. So there's not really anybody talking about the Earth being flat so much anymore, right? The few that are probably shill channels. So I don't even know if that idea would be marketable. Holden says he would be an actor in my movie. All right, well, I got at least one actor signed up. "90 minutes of truth and laughs." It sounds good in theory, but like, then when it comes to like, okay, action, you know, like what's the opening scene? How am I going to keep people interested? You know, are these concepts, you know, even enough to make a whole movie out of? Kreger really likes the idea. He says your fans will like it. I know you have a really positive opinion about what this movie could be. I just think of like the tremendous amount of work that goes into making something like that. And I've never had to do it. So I'm just like thinking in my head of all the stuff I'd have to try and pull off, right? To where it wouldn't just look like some crappily made shit by one guy, right? And so I'm used to just doing everything myself. So to have to work with a team of people would be a whole new experience. And then the actors, you know, I'd have to have people that live close enough that they could show up and shoot the scenes with me, right? So if somebody's interested in helping out or being a part of it, but they don't live near me, then how are they going to work with me? You know, so there's some issues as far as like who's going to be able to show up and actually be in the movie, you know? So somebody like Holden does live close by, but outside of Holden, you know, not everybody who's interested in being part of it is going to live near me. So getting everyone together and then staying organized and coming up with these ideas and executing them, man, it almost seems like it's impossible. I almost feel like it in 2025 to get a group of people together and on the same page and pull something off like that, it's almost fucking impossible. Lint Away Duck Cleaning said, show the day-to-day life of a shape-shifting Archon. So I have a video that I shot that I just haven't uploaded yet called A Day in the Life of a YouTuber, where I show the process I go through to make the top 10 most scripted plays of the week. So I made the most scripted plays of the week, I don't know, like 3-4 weeks ago. And then as I was making the video, I like documented the process of how I do it. And I shot it with my new camera, like me watching the clips and then taking breaks and then making my list. And so I basically wanted to show like a day in the life of a YouTuber, how I would sit in this office and watch football clips and then make this football video. But I just haven't actually edited together the video and put it out. So I do have a small video coming out eventually about what it's like, you know, to live a day in my life when I'm creating a video. Thank you, Lintaway Duct Cleaning, for the super chat donation. Jake the Asshole. He plays many roles. He's a bloody shape-shifting icon. Right now, he's live streaming. So right now, he's playing the role of Jake the Awake. But when he finishes his stream, he'll most likely shapeshift into Nick Johnson. He plays the role of Jake the Awake and Nick Johnson at the same time. I don't know if Nick Johnson's wife and his kids know, but I know he's a bloody shape-shifting icon regardless. True story, there is a guy named Aaron Haywood who thinks I am a shapeshifter, and he thinks that I play the role of this other YouTuber, Nick Johnson, as well as several other various people. So the ongoing joke about me being a shapeshifter is that I shapeshift between all these different roles. And so if you hear me talking about being a shapeshifter or people mentioning it, it's because there actually is a guy who's made videos about me being a shapeshifter. Fun fact. Rose Bell says, do we get our own trailers? Well, I'm sure the production costs would be pretty high if I got to provide trailers for all the actors. All right, just for you, Rose. You get your own private trailer. But you got to share it with me. God, you know, I really appreciate Kreger's enthusiasm for the idea. I just don't know exactly what to do, you know, so I don't even have like the foggiest clue of like how I would even start the movie, right? So I don't even have like an opening scene in mind, right? And I don't just want to like throw something together just because Kreger wants me to do it, right? I have to have like some sort of idea that I can get behind and feel like, yeah, this is going to be movie worthy. And it's like I just don't have an idea in my head of like how I would even do this. But Kreger really likes the idea so much and has so much enthusiasm that he's almost making me feel like I should think more about it. And he says, it would be work, Jake, funny work, and it would put you on the map. You should be household name. I like that idea. I know, man, you have this really positive opinion of what it could be and how it's going to turn out. And in your head, you know, I make this super amazing, funny movie and everybody loves it. And I sell 1 million copies and, you know, big name studios are going to be fighting over, you know, me to make an even bigger, better version of it. And we all live happily ever after. But then there's, you know, reality. I've never shot a movie. Production costs could be really expensive for something like that. And then just getting, you know, regular people to pull off these parts, you know, like who are these actors who are going to be in the movie? You know, not everybody has ability to be captivating and be a good actor on screen. You know, a lot of people who might be watching now, who might be thinking it's a good idea. Well, if you've never acted before, then you might not be a good choice to be in the movie. If you can't pull off, you know, acting angry or sad or mad or glad or whatever on camera on the spot, then who is going to pull that off? You know, I don't have access to a Rolodex of actors, right? So I don't have, you know, a group of actors who I know who I can call up and be like, hey, I've got this project, you know? So just assembling the people, you know, is going to be an issue. But I'm not saying it's impossible. You know, there doesn't have to be a lot of actors in the movie. And there's been a lot of low budget movies without a bunch of actors that have been successful in the past. So I guess it is doable. Kreger said, yes, have the idea, the fans write it, bah ha ha ha, and only 99 cents. Go for 1 million views or more. You should be a household name. Just make an outline as time permits. Well, I'm not totally opposed to the idea. I am a bit overwhelmed by the thought of it, but I'm not opposed to it. Simpy to Simp said, I would fly from Europe to be a part of your film. Wow. Gonna fly all the way out from Europe to be in the movie. Man, I would hate for you to fly all the way out from Europe and then be a really shitty actor. And me have to be like, you know what? You're not a good enough actor to be in my film. I know you flew all the way from Europe to be in the movie, but you just don't have the acting chops necessary to be in my first ever film that I'm producing. Sorry, Simpy to Simp. Better luck next time. Maybe if you go to acting school and then fly back out for when I make my second movie, you can try out again. Better luck next time. Just fucking with you, man. You might be an awesome actor for all I know. Andy says, nobody has to act. Well, but they would, though. You see what I'm saying? If I'm going to like come up with some sort of premise where, like, you know, if I'm going to talk about a conspiracy and then have people laughing at me, then I would have to have an actor, you know, play the part of like one of my friends or family members, and then me try and tell them about, you know, let's say space being fake. This is just a for instance. And then, you know, if they're going to laugh at me and argue with me, well, then I'd have to have an actor for that part, right? So I'd have to have somebody who can convincingly play the role of somebody who's in an argument with me and make it look like we're not two people doing this rehearsed thing for a movie, which could be a lot harder, you know, and not as easy as it sounds. Kreger said, tell Rose I have a 69 30-foot Airstream. Rose, Kreger wants me to tell you that he has a 69 30-foot Airstream. You mean like 1969? Does it have like retro furniture inside and retro designs? I got my first real Airstream. Bought it at the 5 and dime. Then I told Rose about it. It was a number of 69. There you go. My Airstream was from 69. Oh, yeah. I'm sure Rose is impressed by your 69 30-foot trailer, bro. I am. I'm pretty impressed. He's got me sold. He's got a movie. He's got a trailer. Now we know we got Rose on board. Viking Strong said Jake might become super wealthy by that movie. It's a fun idea until I realize I don't even have a fucking single idea as to what the movie's gonna even be about. Right? So when Kreger brought this idea to me, I was like, a movie, huh? It's like, yeah, I'll help you fund it. It'll be so great. You'll be a household name. And it's like, well, I like his positivity. Just the fact that I've never made a movie makes it almost seem like impossible. Kreger says some freaky coding there. Bah ha ha. Bah ha 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 ha. 6930. Andy says it's like Seinfeld. It's about nothing. The movie is going to be a movie about nothing. So it's not going to be about anything? Exactly. We're going to make an entire movie about how we made a movie about nothing. Perhaps the presence of the movie, perhaps the premise of the movie would be that it's about nothing. What's the deal with movies? I mean, are they about something? Are they about nothing? I mean, what's the deal? Jake the Asshole versus the movie. Well, maybe you guys can help me think of ideas for the movie. So if you guys want to see me do a movie, then brainstorm some ideas and then leave me a comment once the stream's over. Leave me a comment that I can like read, go back and read, whenever I finish the stream. Leave me a comment about what you think the movie should be about. So you guys could brainstorm tonight, tomorrow, over the weekend, and then you could leave me comments telling me what you think the movie should be about. All right? You guys can give me some ideas and inspiration. Simpy to Simp says, haha, I can just be an extra, the weird quiet one who limps around because of gout. Do you have gout? And do you have a limp? All right, so we got an actor from Europe who's going to fly over and be an extra who limps because of gout. All right, so we got that guy covered. The pieces are starting to come together. And then the equipment, like what sort of camera do you even use to make it look like a movie? The camera I have, the brand new video camera I bought, the Osmo Pocket 3, it has really crispy 4K footage, but it doesn't look like a movie, right? So like a movie has the certain look. So I don't even know how to like film it to even make it look like a damn movie. Because my new camera that I got, it's like, it shoots in such high definition that everything's super crisp. Looks more like a documentary than a movie, right? Kreger said, yes, your fans are great. Help write an outline, and I will think of reward money for winner, or probably a combination of winners. You all are winners to me. See, Kreger is got such a positive outlook on this whole idea about me doing a movie that he's talking about offering up reward money for winners who help write an outline. See, so this guy, he's got a vision where I'm going to make this movie, and I don't want to disappoint him. I wish I had a vision of me making this movie as clear as his vision. Andy said AI does everything. Yeah, just ask AI to shoot me this movie, right? Hey, AI, shoot me a movie where I'm the star and I'm trying to wake the world up to all these conspiracies, but everybody's just a stupid ass sheeple. But there's like this small group of people who's really cool and they like me and they watch me and they hang out with me and they send me super chat donations and then they tell me to make a movie and then I make the movie and then I become famous and then I live happily ever after and I'm a household name and everybody who watches me who helped out, they also become rich and famous and they live happily ever after. Yeah. That sounds like a good ending to the story, right? The movie is about me struggling to figure out how to make a movie. And the storyline is that I don't know what the movie's about, but I'm trying to make one to please Kreger. So I turn to AI, but then AI gives me all these really dark and demonic ideas. So then instead of making a movie, I start doing a bunch of terrible things and going on a terrorist rampage. And then the police show up and then they shoot me. The end. Does that sound like a good movie? All right. Kreger said, we need writers, Jake. Hey, this could be a movie. Damn fools trying to make a movie. Definitely no AI. Andy says, in my house, you're already famous. Oh, thank you. Glad to hear that. Lint away, duct cleaning said, Jake, you're almost to 100K. Yeah, but the sub count kind of bogged out this year. It's like it shot up in September when football season started. Then it slowed down in October. And now just like a small handful of new subs are showing up each week. So it might take me another couple of years before I get to 100K. But I'm slowly getting there. Kreger says, fun to think about going for 10 million subs. Well, I think you got to be, a shill in the big club in order to get that sort of rub, right? 10 million subs. I mean, I guess it's possible, but probably not. I would have to start putting out some content that goes viral with NPCs, right? And I don't make that sort of content, so that probably won't ever happen. Over the next few years, I should be able to break 100K. what I need to do is start putting out more videos. And if I talk more doom and gloom, perhaps they'll promote my videos a little more. I've noticed the people that push doom and gloom tend to get promoted more so in 2025. The people who are talking about how the economy's crumbling and how people don't want to work anymore, and people going through hard times. It seems like those are the channels getting all the views. So if I was to start making more content talking about how shitty everything's getting, then perhaps I'll break 100K sooner or later. Kreger said, that's why you need a movie to go viral. Fuck YouTube. Yeah, but then, you know, where's the movie going to be offered? I'd have to have like a website where the movie's offered. Like, what platform is the movie going to be viewable on, right? So having to get people to go to a website is tricky. Getting people to leave YouTube and go over to a website and watch a movie is tricky. Could I get my most hardcore subs and fans to go to a website and watch a movie? Sure. Could I get hundreds of thousands of people and people who, aren't subbed to the channel to somehow go to a website and watch the movie? That's the tricky part. So getting a little bit of my audience to watch the movie, definitely doable, but getting a bunch of people to watch it to where it goes viral, that's going to be tricky. That's where promotional dollar bills come in. It's almost like if you don't have money to promote the content, then it won't go viral, right? He said, gotta be on YouTube, pardon me. So on YouTube, you know, if it was well produced enough and got promoted enough, it could do really well on YouTube, possibly. Oh, Demon Slayer's here. I guess he's taking a break from busting Queen Stevens' balls. Hey, Demon Slayer, did you see the interview with Rose and Steven the other night, last night? I'm sure you did. Maybe you should make a video showing Rose when she was on the Baby Truther show, and then show how Steven ties back to Rose and Rose ties back to Jeranism and David Weiss and other shills. And then you could show how Rose always ties back to these other panel-verse weirdos. So you could probably make a video showing how she was promoting Steven last night, and then at one point she brought up Zach Hubbard, who's a shill, and then Steven brought up RV, Russian Vids, who's a shill. So these guys they're definitely in some sort of shill network where they're cross-promoting each other. Kreger says, that's all. I'll shut up now. Oh, well, thank you for all the super chats, Kreger. I really appreciate it. And I also appreciate your enthusiasm for me possibly making a movie. So if anything, you are responsible for getting the wheels initially turning for me to possibly make a movie one day, because the wheels weren't turning at all until you brought up the idea. So the possibility of me making a movie now does exist because of you bringing up the idea and getting me to think about it. Whether it happens, we'll see. As far as I know, Rose still hangs out with Crow. Whether she does or doesn't, she's definitely some sort of like shill handler. She always associates herself with these different panelverse losers. She ties back to David Weiss and Jeranism, who are provable shills. She was on the Baby Truther show. So so the fact that she was hanging out with Steven from the Sanity Machine makes perfect sense. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I showed all the videos I needed to show tonight, and I'm getting hungry, and my dog probably wants to go out on a walk, so we're going to go ahead and take him out now. So I want to thank all you guys for hanging out with me tonight. Had a pretty good crowd earlier tonight. Holy cow. Before we wrap it up, I got to thank Andy for coming in with a extremely generous super chat. Andy, very, very generous of you. Holy cow. I was just about to wrap up the stream, and here you are coming in with a 50-spot super chat. Wow. Thank you, Andy. That is not only generous of you, but extremely sweet of you. You're a longtime supporter and subscriber of the channel. So I really, really appreciate the support. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight, Andy. Really appreciate the super chats tonight, guys. Everybody, give it up for Andy, supporting the best comedy and truth show on the internet. Your donations help keep me afloat. They help keep me doing what I am doing. Kreger here says, the guy that did Crow's movie, Shoot the Moon, would be good. Jake, he's a musician too. A good one. Good night, brother. Well, if he worked with Crow, then he might be a shill. Anybody who works with shills also might be a shill, because shills of a feather flock together. But who knows? Maybe he's not a shill, but he just happened to work with a shill. So I can't say for sure that the guy that helped Crow with his movie is also a shill. But I would suspect he maybe is. So I don't know if I can trust that guy or not. But I should probably take a peek at Shoot the Moon and see what it is and how it looks. And I can go from there. Thank you, Kreger. All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up now. I'm going to go ahead and say good night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I really appreciate all you guys hanging out with me tonight. And extra special thank you to all the super chats that came in tonight. You guys were very generous. I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next video or the next live stream. Take care. Peace out. Good night.